Hello everyone, welcome to the mecaniquesportive YouTube channel. This is Nicholas, and today I'm on Ile de Ré, a beautiful place for once. It's a nice change from Paris.
To introduce you to the new SKODA Fabia, the 4th generation. The SKODA Fabia has been around since 1999, and today I'm presenting this new model to you.
We'll closely examine the car's exterior and interior, then test it on small roads.
So I'm not sure I'll be able to take it on the highway today, but I'll do my best.
To show it to you in detail, I'll start by introducing the engines and the exterior features.
Compared to the previous version, it is now 11 centimeters longer, measuring 4.11 meters long, 1.78 meters wide, and 1.46 meters high.
It has lost a little bit of height, and that also affects the whole aerodynamic aspect of the car.
The drag coefficient is just 0.28, the best in its class. Small flaps here open inside to save up to 0.3 liters per 100 kilometers.
So, like this, it's not much, but these are small aerodynamic advantages that allow you to consume a little less.
And nowadays, fuel consumption is really what people talk about. A lot, no hybrid version for these cars, so it's like the Polo. Basically, it's the chassis of a Volkswagen Polo that's shared.
Here we have the Skoda's look, so aside from the chassis, everything else remains Skoda.
As for the engines, we'll have the multi-point injection 65 or 80 horsepower with a 5-speed manual gearbox. Then we'll have the turbocharged stratified injection version with 95 or 110 horsepower.
The 95 version has a 5-speed gearbox. The 110 has a 6-speed gearbox.
The 110 horsepower version offers a 7-speed direct shift gearbox and a 150 horsepower version with the same gearbox is also coming soon.
Here are the engines. 65, 80, 95 and 110 horsepower models are all 1 liter, while the 150 horsepower is 1.5 liters.
As for the trims, there are 3 possible trims: Style, Ambition, and Active. Today, we have a Style version.
We'll start with the base model, featuring the smallest engine, priced at 16,730 euros.
And for one of the top equipped ones, not our current model,
but the top models will cost about 25,000 euros.
There will be 9 colors and 9 wheel styles. We don't have them here.
but you can also get hubcaps that can be removed, which also affect the car's aerodynamics, and they can look nice too.
But you can add or remove them from the standard alloy wheels.
At the front, you can see a few minor changes, starting with the grille.
So here it integrates the sensors for the driving assistance right under the logo. So
personally, I find it a little bit unsightly. I would have preferred if it was a bit lower, like on some other cars.
But oh well. Now we have LED lights, so you can get full LED lights as an option.
But in any case, we'll have LED low beams, and you can also get the high beams in LED.
The little light strip here then, with the SKODA crystal lighting, lights that are quite nice and pleasant.
The grille here then, which goes all the way around, as we're used to seeing.
Here we have bulbs for the fog lights, so it's not fully LED.
Everything here is included except the grills, which are plastic.
Otherwise, paint covers everything, including the blades. The car is pretty tall, and there's a small, nice-looking license plate holder that's not too noticeable.
We don't have 360-degree cameras, just small sensors and a camera for driving assistance systems.
It's also gotten a little wider compared to the previous one on the side then, which plays with our customer experience.
Here, air intakes that will channel the air into the wheel arches.
That improves aerodynamics, which benefits fuel consumption. The side remains a simple design.
Same thing, so we'll have 9 colors. Personally, I think this red suits it well. It's not too discreet, but at the same time, it's not too flashy. That fits this car well.
For wheels, we can choose 16-inch, 17-inch with alloy wheels or hubcaps, or 15-inch steel wheels.
On the entry-level models. Painted side mirror, small turn signal, fridge-style front and rear handles.
It's not a shark fin antenna, which is a shame. I think this type looks unsightly on cars now.
From this rear 3/4 angle, I really like the rear 3/4 view on cars these days.
well, you can immediately recognize the Skoda with the small spoiler at the back that integrates the third brake light and the tinted windows.
That's nice for the summer months, and also for privacy.
The wiper works well. Skoda here, Fabia, so now there you have it. We have the Skoda.
Many brands place the model name here, but this one always puts it at the bottom left.
LED lights are always in 2 parts, with LEDs here and there running across. We use LEDs for turn signals and other lights.
On the rear bumper is painted, the parking sensors are here,
and only the lower part is in plastic.
The trunk is among the largest in its class, offering 380 liters.
Inside there are many things, including several nets and storage spaces throughout.
As you know, Skoda, Simply Clever has many tips and tricks.
Nets on the sides, I never see that. Same thing, little pockets here. We also have this extra one that you can add on top. The top tether attachments on the hooks here. Really quite a lot of things.
Underneath you'll find the tools to remove the wheels just in case. And we also have here something that folds down at the back. I'm not going to take everything apart, but it can protect the rear.
And when you're, for example, changing a wheel or something else while stopped, there are reflectors on the back.
The trunk holds 380 liters just to show you what it looks like.
Look.
That still leaves me quite a bit of space here inside the car. Among the little tips and tricks from SKODA, in the fuel cap,
Here we always have our scraper for winter, so that's nice.
it's there. It's in a spot that's not in the way, and at least you don't lose it. Another thing, this is an option you find on Rolls-Royce cars. I have my umbrella built into the door here. It's full of little tricks, even inside the car, as we'll see. It's true, it's pleasant. So in the back, as you can see, I have a bit of space for my knees. The first thing you can see is that we have a pocket here, with a small vest and a pocket for a smartphone. Since, well, that's relevant nowadays.
As you can see here, we have the little tablet holder. There are lights up there. The door looks like this.
So, sorry, this is different from usual, but I broke the camera. So, at the head level, there's still some space left. Looks good.
The fifth seat isn't practical for this reason, but with 4 people, it's very useful for storing things here.
And the air conditioning, as I was telling you,
Armrest. Same thing. It's rare to have an armrest in a small city car like this.
ultimately I'm comfortable in a city car.
The ceiling is high and well carved with enough headroom. Large windows provide good visibility.
That's the same. A good thing. And again, look at the front. Good visibility.
Armrest, a real plus. In the doors, we have storage spaces. The seat belts are there. And the bench seat folds down in a 2/3, 1/3 split here.
380 liters in the trunk, or up to 1200 with the flat floor folded down.
Isofix and top tether mounts then on the 2 rear seats. Now, one thing that's going to be great is this front seat.
As you can see, it folds down completely, which leaves a huge loading space here.
It's the same when you fold down the whole rear bench. You get space up to here. At night, I'm not sure I can film it for you, but there will be ambient lighting inside the car. Alright, so let me show you the interior with a different camera. I broke mine in a gust of wind, unfortunately. I hope to buy a new one soon.
But there you go.
Okay, the left side, so here. Fabric with foam. The doors then are plastic. Pretty well made, as you can see here.
It's pretty nice. This handle here, it's original. I really like it. So it's thin here. It's nice.
The windows then with the control for all 4 windows. The mirrors, folding, defrosting, adjustment. Here, the lights.
Auto mode works very well, and you can turn it off if you want.
The air vents. So you can see the extension here of the dashboard on this side and on the other side as well. So it's an extension.
You can see it's stylish. I really like the door handles and the nice finishing touches.
The rear view mirror gives us clear visibility, with the blind spot display on the black part there.
The steering wheel looks like this. I find this steering wheel very, very nice. Feel free to tell me what you think about it.
But look here, it's empty, it's floating.
I really like the fact that there's only this part here.
And it's the same here. Look, there are holes here, and so you can see through from each side, and it's the same.
These controls, they are a little bit loose.
I find that really, really nice. The horn is centered with a large leather-wrapped steering wheel.
Today, the screen behind. So, we have that. We have several possible views. We have this one, the full global positioning system mode.
This one, very simple. Or this one. You can see fuel here, temperature there, and the speedometer like this. You can choose whatever you want. I like this one for its navigation and gauges. There's a small Fabia reminder on each side. So like this, it's good. You can really see what kind of car it is everywhere. Here, hard, here, fabric. But anyway, it's a bit plastic everywhere. We're in a reasonable price range. Big screen. You can choose between a 6.58 or 9.25 like this one. Here we have a 10-inch screen, which is pretty good.
So the menu here is pretty responsive. The animations are quite nice.
Our driver assistance systems.
And then we have a home button. So with the home button, we have widgets that we can customize. So we can add whatever we want.
Volume control is here. Power off. Radio shortcuts are here. Media depending on what's available. Phone, navigation.
And there you go.
Next, 2 air vents here, the hazard lights. The climate control panel with the heated seats. There you go.
So we have it here on 2 levels. The climate menu, which brings us to a climate menu on the big screen here.
The menu is comprehensive. It may take some getting used to, but the temperature...
Choose manual or automatic. In manual mode, adjust the speed here.
Defrost, heated seats, passengers, dual climate control.
Recirculation, auto mode.
Below, 2 USB-C ports. Here, a large space to put your things.
You can have wireless charging like we have here. You can even have...
Rear view mirror has a USB-C port, 6-speed manual gearbox. Driving modes located here.
When I press here, I get Eco, Normal, Sport, or Individual mode. In Individual,
so you see we can adjust the steering. The drivetrain is the engine. Adaptive cruise control refers to driver assistance. Air conditioning can be in Eco or Normal mode.
Here.
Activate or deactivate start and stop. Vehicle locking.
Right here. This is the automatic parking, and this is the parking sensors.
We can see here, we have a little spot for a pen. Look, that's handy for sliding a pen in here.
The handbrake, there we go. Manual.
Cup holder here. And the cup holder, as you can see, is removable for cleaning. That's really handy. Or otherwise, you have a hole like this. There you go.
I can fit my 2 small water bottles. Lifting the armrest reveals a 12-volt outlet and a small storage compartment.
And in the back, what I really like is this part where they have storage in the back. And on top of that, in the back, they have air conditioning. In this segment at Volkswagen, it's the only group offering rear air conditioning.
On these small cars, the seats in the back look like this. The rear door.
Look, there are tablet holders for kids.
How cute. The little GoPro, the whole door. Here, the glove compartment.
So quite spacious, very practical.
A tiny trash bin here. Cute.
Seat with ISOFIX attachments here and top tether. The little camera that died. Look, poor thing.
Because of the wind.
The seats provide pretty good support. As you can see, they're well padded on the sides and they're made of fabric so you don't slip. You can get the sunroof as an option, which I don't have today. Here, the little sunglasses holder. That's really handy. I like it a lot.
With a little touch, just a bit.
In rubber, the assistants save our souls roadside assistance.
And a button for the light and the little rear view mirror here. All right, now all that's left is to go try it out.
All right, let's go. We're going to take a little ride with this new SKODA.
So what I really like is this steering wheel. Honestly, it's very nice. It's stylish. It looks
Quite high end.
for a small city car, it's nice. Since city cars are the ones we use more often than road cars, I think it's nice to have a prettier car for everyday use.
All right, reverse gear. So manual transmission, backup camera here, and there we go.
So, as we were saying,
We have the turbocharged stratified injection 110 version today. 6-speed manual transmission. So the 110 horsepower version will also be available in direct shift gearbox 7. There will also be another 150 horsepower version in direct shift gearbox 7.
So the transmission at first.
When shifting gears, we have a decent throw, not too long. It's pleasant, the gear knob, it's smooth, the leather feels soft to the touch here.
So it's pretty nice.
We have several driving modes. So, like I was saying, we have Eco mode, Normal, Sport, and Individual.
We'll start in Eco mode, so Eco really limits the performance.
It will ensure everything goes smoothly.
So you feel that here it's not very responsive. Eco mode is designed to be economical.
So here, we're on small roads. Towards La Rochelle. We're going to take a little trip to Ile de Ré and drive around Ile de Ré in a Skoda.
We can shift gears.
Easily. So here, I'm at 60 and I can switch to 6th gear, just like it suggests.
You get tips for eco driving. We're at low RPMs, but when you're at low RPMs like this, even if you press the pedal,
On the pedal, nothing is really going to happen. These are small engines, the 1 litre ones, they don't have much torque or anything.
There's a roundabout. Let's test them now. Here we go with energy.
The handling isn't bad.
It understeers a little.
Then it oversteers a little bit again.
but really you don't get scared at all with the car. It's easy, it's simple.
So here I'm in eco mode, it changes the steering. And if I switch to sport mode, the steering becomes a little bit firmer,
which gives a better steering feel.
Well, I'm really sorry about this voice. I hope future tests go better, but for now I have to admit I'm
in pain with every word I say to you.
Sport mode? Well, let's see right away.
All right, acceleration, here we go.
So as I was saying, at the very bottom, there's not much. You'll have to go past 2,500 revolutions per minute before anything happens.
And then there you go, the turbo kicks in and it gets interesting. Thank you very much, goodbye. All right, here we go. We're going to do a bit of a dynamic restart.
And now we're doing pretty well. So the Ile de Ré bridge, speed camera zone, it's 80. Well, there are cars in front of us here.
I'm shifting into fourth. I have adaptive cruise control and lane keeping.
That's cool, it's telling me to shift into fifth.
And when I shift gears, it reactivates the cruise control. That's definitely a real advantage.
Look, it's really beautiful. I love the sea. It's a nice change from the Paris region. It's really pleasant.
So adaptive cruise control, it even tells me to shift to 6th gear at 70. I'm at 1,500 revolutions per minute. Well, it's a bit windy today. There's quite a lot of wind here by the sea. It's actually pretty well soundproofed in the end. Very slight rolling noise. You can hear the engine slightly, which is typical for small engines. 1 liter.
Driving calmly is fine.
The adaptive cruise control slows down automatically. That's great.
Even if you have a manual transmission. So, with the manual transmission, sometimes you have to remember to change gears.
Unlike with the direct shift gearbox transmission. That's why I'm still much more of a fan of automatic transmissions.
Nowadays, it's much easier in daily life and it's much more pleasant. All right, a little speed bump.
The suspension filters efficiently.
It's very comfortable. There are still some minor rough patches here. They're not cobblestones, just like flat pebbles. Honestly, the suspension is extremely comfortable.
Not much to say about that. Let's take a look. So one thing that's important for this kind of small car is the turning radius. Well, that's not too bad. In this kind of small roundabout, it works.
In the city, the gearbox still remains. Pretty pleasant. Here, we're in a small 30 zone.
If you take it easy, it's quiet, even in the cabin and at the engine.
Here we go, another speed bump.
Honestly, it's pleasant. Even the steering is pretty light. For the city, it's good to have this kind of steering. You can shift gears smoothly. The gear knob fits nicely in your hand. We've got the armrest here, so there you go.
Unfortunately, it doesn't move forward. That's a bit of a shame. I would have liked it to move forward a little more.
The global positioning system. So here, with this big screen today,
is very easy to read. I can also have the global positioning system inside the display.
So in the cockpit here,
For the city, it's really very, very comfortable, and it's a pleasure to come and see the sea a little bit.
The suspension is very comfortable and pleasant. Often when it's comfortable,
It means there's a bit of body roll, so let's pick up a bit of speed. Same thing, it absorbs all these little bumps really well. So the body roll, it seems like there's a little bit. So I'm going to wait for people to pass so I don't scare them. I'm going to shift here to get a bit more rhythm. And so, the rolling motion, so.
you can see that the car
Leans a little bit, but that's also because of this comfortable suspension. But on the other hand, once you're on it, the steering still takes you
Pretty much wherever you want.
Even if you feel a slight understeer, it's not super precise, but, you know.
It takes you where you want to go with some understeer from the front end.
Alright, if we try to accelerate a little bit. Like I was saying, you have to go past about 2,500 revolutions per minute to get a bit of pickup.
Okay, let's hit 80 in 6th gear.
So at 80, I'm at 1,800 revolutions per minute in 6th gear.
We're on an island, so it's usually windier here. Today, it's especially windy.
It's comfortable. There were bikes going around, so she warned me just in case I hadn't seen them. Luckily, I had seen them.
So at 80, you can hardly hear the engine. You know there's an engine running, but you can barely hear it.
It's comfortable, very little road noise. I can hear a bit of wind noise since it's really windy today, but otherwise, it's honestly pleasant.
What really amazes me is
Especially the comfort in the end. Even though the seats are firm, they're still comfortable, and the suspension absorbs bumps very well. And that's really not bad at all. The steering wheel is quite large. We're used to steering wheels getting smaller and smaller these days. And this one is quite large. It feels good in your hands. And the steering is precise since you can really work with it.
It's great for city and small roads. Driving on the highway here on Ile de Ré might be difficult, so we may not do it today.
And getting out.
Since I don't really know the area very well, it might not be ideal. But basically it's going to be a bit like the Polo, since at its core it's a Volkswagen Polo chassis, and the engine is the same.
today we have the same one we tried last time, but with the new 2021 Polo.
We have all driving assistance features with travel assist.
So you just have to press the button with the little lines and the cruise control.
So basically, now I'm not doing anything anymore. I'm not accelerating, I'm not braking.
Only when I need to slow down a lot. Otherwise, the car handles lane centering and staying between the lines.
Keep your hands on the capacitive steering wheel. You don't need to move it much, unlike some other brands. It easily senses if your hand is resting on it. Another benefit of this steering wheel is you can keep your hand in the center. I love it. Honestly, being able to keep your hand there is a big advantage.
The car is driving me, and personally, I love that.
Alright, let's go up to 90 kilometers per hour.
It accelerates well even without high revs, as I mentioned, even at higher speeds. There we go.
90. I'm reactivating my travel assist driving aid. We also have the heated windshield. Now, that's a good option. Really practical in winter. For me, those little wires really bother me. Once I notice them, I can't stop seeing them. I don't know if it's the same for you, but honestly, that's how it is for me.
Well.
So, 90 in 6th gear, exactly 2,000 revs. I can hardly hear the engine, only a faint rolling sound. Not too much wind noise actually, almost none at all. We're pretty good, huh? And now we're hitting traffic jams.
So, we'll see if La Rochelle is worse than Paris. But according to the global positioning system, it looks really, really bad. Well, I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed not to have the automatic transmission, not to have taken the direct shift gearbox today.
As for the sound system,
Having listened to it a little earlier,
The sound system is of decent quality. Well, it's nothing extraordinary, so it's just the basic sound system, but it's more than enough
to listen to music.
The bass reproduction is actually pretty good. I didn't make any adjustments or anything, but it'll be fine if you like music, but nothing more. I did.
at low revs, there's nothing.
There you go, 2,500, it kicks in. And it climbs
Up to 6,000 and we ease off. So what's good is that I also tried the Polo, and some colleagues tried it too. With the same gearbox and the same engine. Actually, when you're high in the revs, you can really play with the gearbox, so it's pretty enjoyable. It's nice even on small roads. Even though this one leans a bit more than the Polo, it's still very comfortable.
If you want to push it a bit, be careful. It's not a sports car, but still offers a pleasant drive.
with some responsiveness as long as you're high in the revs. Come on, above 3,000. There's a pretty decent response.
I just got the 110 horsepower version with the direct shift gearbox, 7 gearbox. Lately, I'm not really into automatics.
For me, it's the best option. More convenient and simpler for daily use. You don't need to think much, and the driving aids make it even better. Let's go. We'll do a quick test drive with this one. Direct shift gearbox. 7 is well known in the Volkswagen group.
A quick reverse. I've got my backup cameras. Well, my backup camera. There we go.
Drive. Of course, we have sport mode as usual, drive or sport.
When you pull the lever, we'll start and drive. And of course, we also have the driving modes that come with the car.
So here, with the usual eco, normal, sport or individual modes, we'll stay in normal, which will be just fine, or maybe even in eco. Because on the little island of Ray, it feels good.
As you can see here, this time we have the panoramic roof, which is just beautiful.
For a city car, I think that's, wow, that big. Really great. I'm in 4th gear.
37. At 40, does he shift me into 5th? He shifts me into 5th at 40. There you go, I'm at low RPMs. So here, I don't have the tachometer display.
On this version of the screen,
There you go. I'm really, really low on the RPMs every time. Over the speed bumps, still comfortable.
the suspension is sublime. You don't feel jolts and it absorbs bumps, especially speed bumps, really well. It's kind of like those memory foam mattresses where when you sit down you just sink right in.
It's excellent.
So in the CD, as you can see, it's great. We're going to speed up a little bit if needed. The car downshifts, but it's the same there. It shifted gears again.
You really have to pay attention if you want to see what's happening, but otherwise it's really smooth, the direct shift gearbox. What I actually criticize about the direct shift gearbox on sports cars, because they use the same one on sports cars, is that it's too smooth.
But here, on this kind of car, it's a real pleasure. So I have my driving aids here. It's 70. I activate my travel assist. Travel assist selected. Now I don't need to touch anything. Lane keeping, centering, adaptive cruise control, all driving aids. For a small city car, it's perfect, since city cars are where
you'll drive on the ring road, use small roads daily, face traffic jams, etc. For me, this type of car truly needs these aids. Because that's where it's the most restrictive, actually. Rather than with cars where you're going to drive on the highway or main roads where things go smoothly, you can drive. It's less of a hassle, whereas here...
Ah, an old one. The look is very different, even at the back. I still think this one is much better designed.
Even when it comes to the lights, etc.
This one definitely looks more modern. You still see many of them around. Some of the Fabias, it's one of the best-selling Skodas in France.
And this one, I think it's going to be a big hit.
Because the price is reasonable. As for comfort, honestly, go try it out.
If you don't really know it yet, you'll see that it's super comfortable.
On these small roads, I'm at about 4 liters per 100 kilometers, but now it's rising to 4.9 liters.
It's economical with small 1-liter engines plus our 1.5-liter option.
But honestly,
For everyday use, the 110 horsepower like this is more than enough.
I have to drive because she's asking, since my hands left the wheel.
Well then, we also have the sport mode, which I can show you here.
There we go. Alright, I'm going to slow down. It'll downshift quicker for me. If I accelerate fully again, it'll go back up to nearly 6,500 revolutions per minute. And it's going to go a little bit more.
Same thing, so in a roundabout always ups the bottle.
And accelerate again.
There we go, 70, 75. That's more than enough. That's all we need for everyday life. Also, the manual gearbox is good, it's easy to use, it locks in well, and it's smooth.
I recommend the direct shift gearbox instead.
So how did this test drive go? Well, very well. We tested both versions. The 110 manual with 6 speeds and the direct shift gearbox automatic with 7.
Personally, if you know the channel, you know I would have preferred the automatic gearbox since it's much more convenient these days. The direct shift gearbox is very pleasant, and the car's comfortable suspension effectively smooths out imperfections.
Even in the city or on small roads, it's very pleasant.
And having the direct shift gearbox, well, it means fewer constraints. And even in the city, it's really great.
Travel assist for me?
Automatic gearbox version. I believe automatic gearboxes will become more common in the coming years, especially as electric cars become more widespread. I think it's not a bad bet to go for direct shift gearboxes these days.
Otherwise, so, as I was saying, it's comfortable. That the look, well, it's actually pretty nice.
It stands out quite a bit from the old one. The new grille, the different rear end, these new lights.
I really like this distinctive feature here that you can really see, especially with this morning sun on Ile de Ré.
Honestly, thanks again to SKODA for inviting us here because it's really amazing.
It's nice, feels good. We get fresh air and visit a new region.
On the downside? Well, for example, there's no electronic handbrake yet, so, well, it's not available on these platforms.
When it comes to the downsides, I can't really find anything to blame it for. About this car, it's pretty cute, it's pleasant to drive, it's easy to handle. There are plenty of little tricks inside, so honestly, it has all the technologies.
The digital cockpit, screen, navigation, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, basically it has all you need.
Honestly, I don't have much to criticize. Let me know what you think.
And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up like this, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you soon for another car. Bye.